it's a lot, but I mean, there has to be leadership. There has to be detail oriented. It's got to be command of the room. You just have to be able to know that there's somebody that's going to be able to dot every I, cross every T, and make sure that nothing is compromised from a detail standpoint, from a standard standpoint, from the start of the game planning period all the way till the end of the week. And so we're just looking for that type of person, whether the person has previous experience calling plays or not. I've been around previous coaches that have not done it and did it, and had a lot of success with it. So I do think a lot of it is just you just got to just get in front of them, hear them out, spend some time with them, and kind of hear their ideas, hear their philosophy, do a lot of vetting, as much vetting as you can, and just make the decision. But I think when you go through the process of getting in front of them, when you know.
Look outside the organization, though. This time.
Absolutely. We're looking at everything.
All righty, done. Let's talk Mike McDaniels. The Lions reached out to Mike McDaniels about the OC job as soon as he got fired. Brad Holmes at the press conference said, they're exploring all options at the offensive coordinator position. Check out the live I did. I covered the whole press conference, broke it down Thursday night. Okay, and he said that John Morton, he wasn't prepared. That's what he said. He didn't. They looking for somebody to dot their I's, cross their T's, be a leader, be prepared. And John Morton just wasn't organized and prepared and qualified for the job. And he said they want to do a real vetting process. He said they want to do a real vetting process this time. Now, I feel like him saying that about John Morton is that they knew John Morton. He also said that John Morton had did a good job the first time, so they felt like they knew him. Ignored his past with the Jets. They fired him, and players were saying he thought, they played in the dome and he threw the ball too much. And he said that this whole thing is explosive plays, and he wanted to get the ball to the running backs out the backfield, and it was all about passing. We're gonna keep the same run game, but we're gonna bring in a different passing. And that was all the writing on the wall. I said it. The foundation of the Detroit Lions is running the ball. It's running the ball. That should be the foundation of it. Running the ball to play action, or playing off the run in general, right? And he basically revealed why they fired Johnny Morton. And it wasn't no. I knew before the season started it was bullshit. Now, did John Morton get a raw deal with the offensive line? Yeah. He did. So now they reach out to Mike McDaniels, which I think is a good look for him. That's if he want to coach. And I'm pretty sure when he get fired, there's some type of clause if you take a job and we only have to pay you this much on the contract. It's usually clauses like that, from my understanding. I could be wrong. But, at the end of the day, he might want to take time off. Going from Miami to Detroit, do we want to do that? Also, we talked about the anonymous NFC executive said this is one of the top OC jobs. So in a nutshell, he can come here, be the offensive coordinator, okay? Be the offensive coordinator and probably do well and have a head coaching job next season. So he would probably won't even be here, or 2027. He probably won't even be here long. And I think, for him to integrate into the Detroit Lions system, if he can just, develop a sternness as a little bit of a disciplinarian, that's what Dan Campbell does well. Mike McDaniels is a good coach. I think he's a good head coach. But I think the problem with him, he hitched his wagon in Tua. That was forced. I think with another quarterback, he could have did more. But in addition to that, he was too nice. And I think Dan has the perfect perfect mesh of being a disciplinarian and also being a player's first coach. He'll get on your ass, but then he know how to show love. That's all Mike McDaniels need to learn. All Mike need to learn is sternness. And I think he can learn sternness in Detroit. And I think the only philosophical thing I don't really like about McDaniels to the Detroit Lions, he don't run the ball enough for me. So he got to come here and run that fucking rock. But I think he do great things with Jared Goff. And I think, if they can fix that offensive line and they can be successful, he won't be here long regardless. From my understanding, he won't be here long. So that's my opinion on it. I think it's a good fit, but I like to see him. I think the understanding is we need to run the ball more. And I think Dan Campbell, when he had the play call sheet, he didn't run the ball enough. He got caught into throwing the ball. And, Ben Johnson went to Chicago and he ran the ball even more. So that leads me to believe a lot of the times it might have been Dan Campbell that wanted to just overthrow the ball. But Ben Johnson understood the importance of running the ball going to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He understood the Lions throwing the ball to open up the run. And they need somebody like that to understand the foundation of any team with Jared Goff has to be the run game. That buys them time in the pocket, but also part of running the ball being the foundation, there's times where Ben Johnson understood they had to throw to open up the run. So you have to understand that. But I think it's a great fit what McDaniels like to do over the middle, what they like to do in the play action game. I think Laporta and Amar Rod will flourish. And then, what he's done with Waddle and Tyreek Hill and J-Mo. And who knows? Maybe he bring Tyreek Hill to Detroit with him. Who knows? I doubt it. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe bring Tua to back up with Jared Goff. So, it's interesting. It's a good fit. Just want to see him turn up the run game a little bit more. And that Shanahan offense, going back to Mike, Gary Kubiak, you got Clint Kubiak in Seattle, you got Kyle Shanahan still doing it. The foundation of that was running the ball. All the running backs they had, Alfred Morris, Gary Anderson, Mike Anderson, Clinton Portis, Terrell Davis, Christian McCaffrey. What was the dude that played over there with Minnesota? They got him paid in Minnesota, the running back, that Jordan Mason. Everybody that come across that offense, they thrive. He did good things with Devon Achane, but I feel like they should have did more of running the ball. It should have been more run. But hey, that's just my opinion on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Christian Chance get notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. And let me know what y'all think, man. I think them reaching out to Mike McDaniels expeditiously. Who knows? Mike might want to take some time off, or Mike want to get back in it. But it's hard to go from Miami to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think.
I absolutely love what Detroit has done the last couple of years. Jared Goff just does such a great job of operating the offense while being such a threat as a distributor, decision maker, and he's very smart too. So he's dissecting defenses and changing what plays there are, all sorts of that nature. So led by a franchise quarterback, an offense that knows what they're doing, that's trying to find ways to improve. I think that's an exciting thing for, if I was a Lions fan, I'd be excited about that. I'm excited today for the challenge for our defense, for sure.